Hey everyone, welcome to the PhatCast.com, and we got the question a few weeks ago on the PhatCast about playing, what were our top 3 games of all time. My number 1 was Final Fantasy VII, number 2 was Journey, and number 3 was this game we're going to sit through and play right to the end right now, called The Last Ninja on the Commodore 64. This game pretty much shaped what would become my life in games, because I didn't really play the games like Super Mario. I didn't have a NES. I grew up having a Commodore 64, so this was one of the first games I ever had on the Commodore, and it fucking blew my mind back then, and it still blows my mind right now. And the complexity and the adventureness of it, and just that fucking music has haunted me my entire life since 1987 when it came out. And I don't know, to this day it's very rare that music affects me in games like this, but it's fucking amazing. So yeah, graphically it was, compared to NES games and most other Commodore games, this looked really, really fucking good. It mightn't look like much by today's standards, but I don't know. Let's get into it. I'll walk you through the backstory, because that was all in the instruction book in those days. So as you can see, it's pretty much a isometric action game. So I don't have any weapons yet. I can fight him with my fists and my kicks, but it's not worth it. You can get past him pretty easily. We'll go pick up a weapon. We'll come back and fight him. So basically, this island is... the game is basically about a samurai. This evil samurai master, I forget his name. Kunu Toki, I think it is. And he hates the Ninja Brotherhood. And the Ninja Brotherhood come to this island once every 10 years to read magical sort of scrolls that will give them power to become better ninjas. So all the ninjas came to this island, and Kunitoki decided he'd use this to his advantage, and he would he knew that they'd all be here, so he decided, I'm going to kill all the ninjas and learn the way of the ninja for himself and all his army, so he could take over the world or whatever. So all the ninjas came here, and all the samurai he brought with him decided to kill all the ninjas. But what he didn't know, there was one left behind back at the, I think it was called the Ashikaga clan. He was left there to guard the temple. He wasn't happy about it, and his name was Amakuni. And yeah, so basically he got word of all his ninja brothers being killed. So he decided, fuck it, I came to this island as a kid, I know it, I'm going to sneak in, I'm going to defeat this guy and take a look at these scrolls and bring back the Ninja Brotherhood. So that's why he is the last ninja. So yeah, as far as I remember, it was a bit more complex, the story in the instruction book, but that's good enough. That's the reason why we're playing The Last Ninja. So basically, you can see it's pretty... Alright, it's a very unique game that I can't say I've seen, especially around in those times in the late 80s. And that's why I sort of fell in love with it at such a young age. It was so complex, it was just this grand adventure. So you can stand and fight against these guys, but I tend to try and save as much energy as I can by running away before they can hit me. I've played this game, I know it back to front off by heart pretty much, so I spent, my entire youth playing this game. I used to draw maps because as you can see, every screen sort of leads into each other. So I used to draw maps on grid paper at school, so I could still be playing the game while I was at school. So if you sit down at these Buddhas, they tell you what you need to get next, but you can't sit down if you have a weapon equipped, because that's disrespectful apparently. So you unequip all your weapons and he'll tell you what you need to get next. So we're looking for some nunchuckers. So that sort of control's funny, and the instruction book always clearly stated you should really get used to playing it before actually delving into the adventure. But yeah, I've been playing it for so many years, I can do it off by heart. So I don't need to go up here. So there's an extra guy here I don't need to fight. So we'll skip him. The only parts of this game I ever had trouble with, but I've pretty much got it down pat these days, is the jumping. Because we'll come up to this river in a minute, and you'll see what I mean by why it's sort of weird, and people sort of didn't like the controls at the time, but people still don't like the controls, but I don't know. I've played it so much, I'm used to it. So basically, yeah, all you get from this part is your sword and nunchucks. See that flashing thing over there? That's a smoke bomb. You'll see what that's for a bit later. Alright. Now, see, this looks like a wall of lava. But I think it's supposed to be a dirty sort of river. A swamp. So you need to jump across it, so you got to get the steps just right. Alright, so we're on this bit here. Jump. Alright, so we made that one. So yeah, this took many goes when I was a kid. So yeah, as you can see, I just stuffed it up then. There's just a certain place where you got to be standing. It takes a lot of practice and trial and error to get through these bits. Alright. I'm not doing too bad. Only lost one life. Ah, there goes 2 lives. We'll be right. Alright. There we go. Look at that dove. Alright, let's see what Mr. Buddha wants. Apple. Apples represent an extra life. There's one in, I think, every level. Oh. Let's try and kill this guy. I'm gonna have to dog it a bit here, because I shouldn't have lost those 2 lives on the jumping across the river, but that's alright. We'll make it up with the apples. It should be just down here. So the problem with this, when I was a kid, drawing the maps of this place, that's the apple. So each map, like, you'd expect it all to match up and create sort of a overall level, but some of the maps, the scenes don't match up with other ones, which was a bit disappointing. Maybe they did, I can't remember. I still got those drawings somewhere, but there's no need to fight him, because it leads nowhere. You're gonna miss a few scenes out of the levels, but I'm not gonna fight extra people for no reason, so we'll just make our way through the game. Get out, get out. So we've got everything we need. That's all that's hidden in these levels, as far as I remember. Now, see the dragon. This is a very mystical sort of game. So what you need to do, you need to put the dragon to sleep. If I try to run past him now, he's just going to burn and destroy me with fire. So you need to get in the right place, throw a smoke bomb to put him to sleep, and you can just walk straight past him. And that's pretty much the end of level 1.